Hello, everybody. It has been quite a night already here at Big Boy Arena. We apologize for the delay getting live. We had some internet issues. We were working through them, and it appears for the time being we are up, we are live, we are good to go as your Motor City Rockers are taking on the Binghamton Black Bears. We only missed a few moments of action, as we're about a minute into this one as your Rockers are looking to take on a strong team. Binghamton, Tyson Kirkby to the left side, pass out in front, saved by Trevor Babin. We'll give you everything that's going on with this game as we work into it. I'm sure we can play the pregame interview I had with Coach Milam, maybe during one of the intermissions, isn't the best, but we apologize again for everything that happened. We're happy you're joining us here for Motor City Rockers hockey. This is a big series between the two. First, some of the notes I had in the pregame that were cut out. You have you had some changes from the Rockers. Mike Wynn, unfortunately, on season-ending IR. Chris Byes back on the IR. However, coming back is Will Campbell, and also back for the Motor City Rockers, the man in net, Trevor Babin. He was activated after a stint in Peoria. He gets the start tonight, racing into the offensive end. Backhand from Henry, and it's patted away by Trevor Babin. Puck loose. Racing for it, Grant Menace. MGM into the offensive zone, and he backhands it in deep. Lets Karagorgis chase after it. McGill Diaz keeps it in. Karagorgis backhand to a stick. Unfortunately, that was Nicholas Poiret's stick, and Binghamton flips it into the zone and right into the glove of Trevor Babin. He'll hold it for icing. 17:23 to go in the first period, and folks, I apologize. If I sound like I've been a little rushed, it's because I have been quite literally running around the arena trying to get this fixed. But thank you to Christian and everyone in the Rockers front office, Charlie, Connor, Bud, everyone that's helped get this up and running. Apologies that it took so long, but hey, sometimes you're just dealt a shorthand and you have to deal with it. But everyone kept working hard and we got it going, so thank you to them. And thank you for sticking with us and getting us, still making us a part of your Friday night. In the offensive zone, Yates spins around, has it on the forehand, backhand to Anderson, shot, scores! Off the near side post, Jesse Anderson, his fourth of the year, pings it home, and it's already 1-0 Binghamton. So we are still working through everything else again. We were set behind a long way, so you will get the score bug up and running. 17:06 to go in the first period, 1-0. Motor City trails Binghamton. Jesse Anderson got the scoring started. Binghamton in their own end. Battling for it on the near side. Rowell chases after Anderson, picks it up, and the net is well off the moorings. They're not stopping play, and they were waiting for Motor City to get possession. I think they didn't want to stop the rush for Binghamton. 16:47 to go, first period, 1-0 Binghamton. This is a big matchup for Motor City. If you remember last year, for longtime Rockers fans, unfortunately, Binghamton was the team that knocked Motor City out. It was an overtime thriller to end the Rocker season out in New York. That was in the Empire Division Finals. However, Motor City has won the last two regular season meetings in Fraser. No, that doesn't mean a whole lot, especially down 1-0, 3.5 minutes into this one. But Motor City did get a win over Carolina last time out. They're at tops in the Continental Division. Bone in his own end. Takes his time, feed way off the mark. The captain, Colton, stepped in front of it, nearly gave it right back. Coach to captain connection. Up the near side, Smith chips it to neutral ice. Austin Thompson Back to Ramakers. Shot, stick to side. Chasing after it, Austin Thompson again, back to Bone. Dumps in deep, it's lifted up into the netting. I believe that was the stick of Tyson Kirkby. 16:05 to go, first period, 1-0. The Black Bears on top. Jesse Anderson got the scoring started. Draw in the Rockers' end. Battle for it. Kara Gorgas sends it back. Feed up the near side. Kuhn chips it off the glass. Kara Gorgas slides it ahead. Icing waved off. They're saying Thompson could have played it. The Binghamton defenseman Bone to the near side. Grant Mentis chases after it. He had a pair of goals in his first road trip with the Rockers down in Carolina. First action here at Big Boy Arena. Ramakers 1-on-3. He'll take a shot, kicked away by Babin. Rebound, another kick, so both legs getting a little bit of a workout here in the first period. 15:26 to go in the opening frame, 1-0. Motor City trails Binghamton. Grant Mentis spins in his own end. Setting up. Grant Mentis leaves back for Jamison Milam. The coach gives to the near side, Ryan Rotundi. Rink-wide feed, that hit by Kara Gorgas' stick. Up for Rivers, the leading scorer for Motor City. Nearly had a chance right on the doorstep. Takes it away, Rivers shot, and it's just wide. Mantis rebound, and Grant Mentis nearly had a chance from the right wing circle, and he waved on it. Delaney rings it around the boards. Grant Mentis comes down, chips it in deep. Dale Dion, the newest Black Bear, searches from his own end. Banks it off the boards. Miguel Diaz chips it back. Sirota had it, lost it. Tellstrom racing after it, and he couldn't keep it inside the blue line. 14:20 to go in the first period. 1-0 Binghamton on top of Motor City. Game one of a two-game set here in Fraser. Backhand is off the mark. That was Roel looking to use some of his speed and create some offense. 2-on-1, cross crease pass, saved by Babin. Sent to the corner. Play still goes on. Binghamton, dangerous team still. Shot, glove, but wasn't kept by Trevor Babin. It's sent to the neutral ice, and Motor City will get a chance for a change. In the left wing circle. Puck knocked loose. Sent ahead, turned over, look out. Gavin Yates had it poked from behind. Nick McGill-Diaz with the defense. Still in the Rockers zone. Shot saved by Babin. He closed the 5-hole at the last moment. 13:30 to go in the first period. Binghamton did strike early. They lead it 1-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Hi, Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, I'll do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Byes. We're currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT. For my injury right now, they got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
Security Georges here. But one thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 13:30 to go in the first period, 1-0. Binghamton leads Motor City. Let's take a real quick moment to thank those sponsors we didn't get to in the pregame. Park Avenue Productions, PSN Technology, Crunch Fitness, 106.7 Detroit Wheels. And thank you to everyone who makes each and every broadcast possible. A snowy day out here in southeast Michigan. Right as I was heading into the rink, it started to get pretty bad. I will tell you, the people aren't moving very fast out there on the roads, so I hope you're at home with a nice hot chocolate, ready to enjoy some Rockers hockey. Off the draw, sent down the ice. Rivers wins the race. McAnanima plays it to the near side. Shot, and the stick broke. That was Anderson, so it's 5 on 4.5 for the time being. Kept in by Sneath. Behind the net, Cameron Cervoni. Up the near side boards, into neutral ice for the moment. Cervoni, cross crease pass, it's hacky sack to Rivers. Into the offensive zone, right side, Tellstrom. Far hash mark, shot, and the tip just goes wide from Rivers. He had 2 in the win against Carolina. Pass out in front, shot lifted up and into the netting. The Rockers with some good opportunities early, unable to capitalize, and it's still 1-0 Binghamton, 12:50 to go in the first period. One other note, Samuel Gagnon will not be dressed for either game tonight. He is out for the weekend. So no number 7 in the purple and black. Off the draw, Binghamton controls. To the near side, long pass to the stick of Thompson. Shot from a tough angle, misses everything wide. Binghamton keeps it in the zone. Oakes the first one there, behind his own net. Cody trying to skate it up and out of the zone. It's poked away. Tristan Wells. Backhands to Oakes. Diagonal feed to the backhand stick of Roel. He slides it down once again, spinning around. Roel lost it, and Kirkby and the Black Bears on the attack. Austin Thompson gives back along the near half wall. In the Rockers' end, 12:06 to go, first period, 1-0. Binghamton leads Motor City. Milam behind his own net. Sends to Smith. He surveys the scene, whiffs on a pass. A couple of bodies hit the ice. Smith recovers. Feed out to Grant Menace. One of the newest Rockers sends it on net. Easy save for McAnanama. And we'll get an offensive zone draw for Motor City. Take a look at some of the shots here in the early going. 9-5 now in favor of Binghamton. Stats all season long are brought to you by PSN Technology. But what that number doesn't show is the Rockers had a few good opportunities that didn't qualify as shots on goal, but were chances to score. Grant Mentis shot deflected. Karagorgis comes in deep. Right wing circle in front, and it hit the side of the net, I believe. Might have been McAnanama's left pad. Either way, Binghamton gets it to safety. They like to go. Here's Henry, shot lifted off the high glass. Behind Babin, Delaney slides it to the near side. Grant Mentis banks it off the far boards, out of the zone. Binghamton has to touch up, no problem. Henry skates it into a pair of Rockers, knocked into the corner. Still on his stick. Taking a lap around the offensive zone. Karagorgis battles. McGill Diaz gets in front of a pass, but it's kept in deep by Poirier. Left wing circle, shot goes wide of the net, hits off the glass hard. 10:58 to go, first period. Binghamton 1, Motor City nothing. This Binghamton team, they like to go up and down the ice. They will trade chances. They have the horses to run. 6 goals their last time out, not enough in a loss to Port Huron. At center ice, Henry works around Rivers. Sneath comes over, puck dumped in deep. Babin out of the crease to play it. Slides to Colton, surveys the scene. A very weak bank pass on the end boards to the near side. Oakes, cross ice pass off the mark. It's kept in deep by Stubbs. Left wing circle, shot, and it's punched away by Babin. It was a tight angle, but Trevor Babin did a nice job coming out of the crease to cut it down. And Binghamton had to chase it into their own end. 10-11 to go, first period, 1-0. Jesse Anderson, his 4th of the year, got the scoring started about 3 minutes into this one. Stubbs, drop pass. Second pass off the mark. Avery Smith, the Texas native, over the blue line, and he lost it, stick-handled himself into submission. In neutral ice, Yates racing forward along the near side. Bottom of the right wing circle, had it poked away. Yates still on it, lost it with a little help from the official. Bang pass to Tellstrom, and he was just a hair off sides. And folks, that play was off sides. If your sides are a little off, remember to go to Great Clips. They will keep your hair on side. Located in the Meijer, right across the street here from Big Boy Arena. Great Clips, the official hair cutter of your Motor City Rockers. 9:40 to play in the first period. 1-0 Binghamton. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
Avery Smith with Motor City Rockers. My favorite thing about Crunch Fitness is their free weight section. Bench press, dumbbell bench, do rows, about anything you can think of.
I'm Chris Buys. I'm currently on the IR. Crunch Fitness has got a lot of machines, weights, super beneficial for PT, for my injury right now. They got a nice turf over there too, which is super helpful.
George's here. One thing I really like about Crunch Fitness is the tanning beds. Rain or snowstorm outside, I don't miss a day in the sun, so I'm always getting my nice bronze color.
Hey, this is Josh Cullen from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network powered by KE Electric Supply.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, 9:40 to go in the first period. 1-0 Binghamton on top of Motor City. Jesse Anderson, the lone goal. The assist goes to Gavin Yates. So we take a look around the Fed. Early on to start this weekend, Blue Ridge on top of Danbury, 1-0. That one's out in Virginia. Watertown leads the Venom Hockey Club 1-0. And the other games that have dropped the puck, Carolina and Columbus. Maybe one of the most heated rivalries in the Fed. That one scoreless. Mississippi and Monroe scoreless as well. Binghamton off the draw. Ramakers horseshoes it around the boards. All the way to Tellstrom. He overskated it a bit. Back in deep, Milam pushes over to Rotundi. Along the near boards, puck stays in the zone for a moment, then hops out. Stone at his own end. Pass flubbed a bit, but it still finds its way to Bone, just a little slower than expected. Puck was tipped, so no icing. Stone tries to chest it down. Smith gives to Tellstrom, the big body of Tellstrom. Shot doesn't make it to McAnanama, and it's sent into the corner. Rockers are having a little more time in the offensive zone. There have been times this season where it's felt like they are on a penalty kill when it's 5-on-5. It almost feels, and another shot, another goal from Bone. That one just beat Babin. 2-0, Binghamton. Quick trigger fooled everyone, including myself. Bone with a quick flick of the wrist. So 2-0 Binghamton. 8:47 to go in the first period. As I was saying, it's not as if the Black Bears have controlled play. They have a little more up-tempo style. They'll come in, they'll get their quick shot off, and then they'll work their way back to the defensive end. With a goalie like McAnanama in net, sometimes they put him in precarious spots, but he usually steps up to the plate. Colton over to Roel. Into the corner, battling for it. Karagorgis slides it into the neutral zone. Binghamton will have to touch up. So Mott was pretty deep in the zone. That at least allows the Rockers to regain possession. Colton to Campbell. Came off of IR yesterday. Back in a Rockers uniform. Rivers backhands to Poirier. Over for Dion. Returns to Poirier. Into the offensive zone, Steffen. Right wing circle on the forehand, and Campbell did a good job knocking him just enough off the puck to mess it up. 7:35 to go, first period, 2-0 Binghamton. They lead the Rockers early in this one. Dumped in deep. Stubbs behind the net. Campbell couldn't knock it loose. From the left wing circle, cross ice pass Cerrone, and a shot was on the wrong side of the net. Babin got a piece of his stick on it anyway, up into the netting. 2-0 Binghamton, 7:21 to go in the first period. Steffen. Draw on the left of Trevor Babin, I should say, right wing circle in the offensive zone. Brought in by Binghamton. Shot on net, saved, but Babin wasn't quite sure where it was. Stubbs chases it down in the corner. Puck flipped up and out of the zone, racing after it. Cervoni Behind his own net, Smith on the forecheck. Slides along the boards near side. Yates looks at him, backhands it. Smith there to step in front of it. Off the end boards. Motor City looking for a little offensive pressure, try to find some rhythm against not just the Empire's best, but as some believe the league's best, the defending Commissioner Cup champion, Binghamton Black Bears. Bone just threw it in the middle, shot wide. Trevor Babin doesn't have his stick right now. Wells tried to get in front of it. Babin threw his hand at it, missed high and wide. On the near side, puck rings around the boards. Babin recollects his stick. Turned over. Stubbs out in front. Pass broken up and a penalty coming with 6:19 to go in the first period. The Rockers scrambling in their own end. And when you play this long in your own end, you're sometimes due to give up a penalty, and that's exactly what happened to Tristan Wells. So Wells to the box for 2 minutes. 2 for slashing for Wells. And the Rockers will go down a man, and that's kind of exactly what they needed to avoid. Big 2 minutes. Binghamton goes up 3-0 early. That's a tall mountain to climb, although the game they had against Port Huron was a little crazy to say the least. Bone to the middle. Backhand left side. Shot is saved by Babin. Reached up with the right hand and grabbed it out of midair. Trevor Babin has faced a gallery of shots. 5:50 to go, first period, 2-0. Binghamton on top of Motor City, 1:32 left to go in the man advantage for the Black Bears. Off the draw, Eli Rivers sends it along the near boards, and that went out of play into the bench. Draw will come back to the Rockers' end. Join us during the first intermission when new Rockers owner Jimmy Ryers will join us to talk a little bit about Bearcat Hockey Club, the new owners of the Motor City Rockers, what his plans are and what they look for in the future for the purple and black, as this is the first game with the Rockers under new ownership. Kirkby, near side. Pass goes across. Bouncing around, Stubbs takes his time, 1:05 left to go to Wells out of the box. Banks it back to Bone, keeps it in the zone. He had the second goal for Binghamton. Kirkby, rink-wide feed, misses a gaggle of sticks. Back to the point, Bone walks it. Kirkby slides it wide of the net. Was a little late on the shot attempt. Back to Bone, left wing Stubbs. Shot saved by Babin, rebound loose, and it slides all the way to the right wing circle. Rivers pressures, 37 seconds to Wells, comes out. Sneath takes it over. He's got a 1-on-2. He will hit the eject button. Just try to kill some more time. 4:44 to go, first period, 2-0 Binghamton. Delaney to McGill Diaz, dumps it deep. 17 seconds till we're back to 5-a-side hockey. Lucky for the Rockers, next whistle will be immediate timeout. I think they could use a quick breather. Puck knocked away. Smith pokes it. Kuhn battling. 2 hit the ice and a penalty coming to Binghamton. So we'll have 1 second of 4-on-4 hockey, 4:20 to go in the first period. Binghamton 2, your Motor City Rockers 0, but they'll get a chance up a man when we return. You're watching Motor City Rockers hockey.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels is classic rock that rocks.
Metallica,
Guns N' Roses,
Aerosmith,
AC/DC,
Pearl Jam,
Ozzy.
106.7 WLLZ. Detroit's Wheels.
Hey, this is Jake Raleigh from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Folks, that last call before the break results in a Rockers power play powered by Continental Electric Products. Proudly made in Michigan, they provide power solutions to industry. Continental, a premier partner of the Motor City Rockers. As I mentioned, we will have an interview with Jimmy Ryers, the new owner of the Motor City Rockers, in the intermission. One quick note, though, after that interview, you may have to refresh your feed with all the technical difficulties. Just to keep it simple, on the back end, we need to make a quick change, and in doing so, it will technically end the stream and restart it. So during the first intermission, if your stream stops, do not panic. Just refresh. It might take 30 seconds or so, but we will be back up and soon. So we'll be back up during the intermission. It might be maybe a little longer than that, but by the second period, we'll be back up and running. So do not fret if the stream goes out. Wells back on the ice. 5-on-4. Motor City on top. Kuhn chips it ahead to the far side. In deep. Rockers looking for a power play goal. Knocked to the ice. Kuhn on his backside trying to get it out. 3 Black Bears, 3 Rockers fighting for it. Slides to the far side. The coach, Jamison Milam, chips it ahead to the near side. McGill Diaz comes up from the point. 1:25 left to go in the man advantage. Smith overskated it. Left side, shot way wide of the net. Black Bears aggressive shorthanded, had 2 men deep in the Rockers zone. 3:28 to go in the first period. 1:05 left to go in the minor penalty to Gavin Yates. Shot, missed everything. Still deep in the Rockers zone. They'd like to set up a little bit of pressure. McAnanima hasn't really had to face too many high pressure opportunities after the first few minutes. Oakes rings around the boards. Sneath comes up, leaves it back. Tipped away, look out, Stubbs racing near side. Tellstrom coming to help. Backhand, scores. Top shelf, and the shorthanded goal from CJ Stubbs makes it 3-0 Binghamton. Binghamton's aggressive, and when they're on, they are a hard team to stop. And the Black Bears have a big edge early in this one. So still 35 seconds to at least try to get even on this power play. Rockers have it at their own blue line. Rivers had to wait for Tellstrom to touch up. Dumped in, chased by Sneath. Battle in the corner. 20 seconds left to go in the Yates power play, or the Yates penalty rather. The Rockers power play. Sent down the ice, and that should kill the remaining portion of that penalty. Rockers are going to go -1 on the power play. And not to pile on, but the bad news for Motor City, in games in which they've given up a shorthanded goal, they are 0-5 this year. Although being down 3-0 is again, tall task to overcome. Silver lining, still have 42 minutes. You don't need to get it all back in one shift. Cross ice pass, Dion, in deep. Ramakers pushed off the puck, he recollects. Near hash mark. Rings around the boards. Back over to Dion. Stick handles, chipped in deep once again. Sirota behind his own end line. Comes out. Sirota near side shot, and it's saved. And Babin wasn't quite sure where it was, but it went up and out of play. 1:29 left to go in the first period. 3-0 Binghamton on top. Shots in this first period, 17-4 in favor of Binghamton, and folks, it feels like it. And I'd say about three of those shots came in the early going of this period for Motor City. Wells got it in deep, hopping around the stick, back out Rotundi, over to Milam. Wrist shot deflected before it gets to the net. You know, for as aggressive as Binghamton is, they do a nice job in their own end. Rotundi Shot on net, deflected, out in front, still loose, and picking it up, Daniel Stone. Going the other way as we enter the final minute of play of the first period. 3-0 Binghamton. Kirkby settles it down. Behind the net, wraparound feed goes to Tellstrom, and he just elects to dump it down the ice. No icing, waved off. They said Bone could have made it. 40 seconds till the horn. Rotundi picks it up behind his own netminder, Trevor Babin. Rink-wide feed to Cody Oakes. With speed into the offensive zone. Oakes had it poked away. McAnanima tipped it up. Back behind the net, 23 seconds until we go to the intermission. Rivers throws a body. Yates sends it across. Miguel Diaz, a dozen seconds for one final rush over to Rivers. Sends it across the way, and that becomes a souvenir with 5.3 left to go in the first period. .3 to try to get a shot off and salvage some momentum in this first period. Binghamton wins the draw. Stubbs will safely skate it to the corner, and that will send us to the first intermission. 3-0 Binghamton. Black Bears out to a quick lead. Goals by Jesse Anderson, Dakota Bone, and CJ Stubbs. On the first goal, Gavin Yates had an assist, and Tyson Kirkby, the league leaders in goals, assists, points, all of those got the assist on the second one. So we'll take a break, come back with our interview with the new owners of the Motor City Rockers, Jimmy Ryers and company. And then after that, again, the stream may be down for 5 minutes or so. That is going to be expected. That is just working through the difficulties. We will be up and running by the second period, so just check in every minute or so, and hopefully it's up sooner rather than later. But don't leave just yet. We're going to take a break, come back, we'll have an interview with Jimmy Ryers right here on the Rockers Media Network.
Up in front, shot, scores! Numbers one now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Hey, this is Sathiri Karageorgis from the Motor City Rockers, and you're watching the Rockers Broadcast Network, powered by KE Electric Supply.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's James Campbell, your Motor City Rockers in-arena host, back again with another edition of 5 Minutes in the Box. This time, I'm being joined by the one and only Trevor Babin. Babin, thanks so much for taking the time to join me today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
So, what we've been doing with these 5 Minutes in the Box interviews, we're kind of trying to shine the spotlight on the players and kind of let the fans know a little bit more about them. So, I know you've been
Up in front, shot, scores! Numbers one now, shot, scores! Here we go, Snitson, and we got a full line roll! FPHL, full line roll! Hell yeah!
Back here at Big Boy Arena, it's 3-0 Binghamton on top of your Rockers at the first intermission. But we're going to take a moment. One of the new owners of the Motor City Rockers, Jimmy Ryerse, is up here in the booth with us. Jimmy, thank you for coming up and taking a little time to talk with us and kind of introduce yourself to the Rocker faithful. I'll just start with something simple. First of all, just give a little background on yourself, Bearcat Hockey Club, and how you got involved with the Rockers and why you're now the owner.
Yeah, so Mr. Bearcat here. We've been doing Bearcat for about 10 years now. My wife and I started in 2014. As we've gone through the years, we've expanded to a 75-plus team spring-summer program. Camps, clinics, international stuff we're doing now. And we've started talking about developing a path to pro, a full, true model from 8U all the way to the professional levels for athletes in the business to have a goal to strive through that, one brand all the way up. And so this was the logical next step. And then we were talking about a junior program, which is 16 through 20-year-olds coming in behind it. And I live about 10 minutes from here. It's an amazing facility and just happy to be here.
All right, so I do want to kind of quell any fears, keeping them here at Big Boy Arena, keeping
100%.
the Rockers, because anytime there's change, people are naturally a little nervous because you never know the unknown.
Oh, 100%.
So everyone can rest assured, keeping the Rockers right here in Fraser and keeping them in the purple and black.
100%. Yep. So I met this week with the gentleman who designed the logo, and we're working on a new model of it. A little bit of green in there. The idea right now is the Motor City Rockers powered by Bearcat.
Okay.
We'll add a touch of green, nothing crazy. Uniforms stay the same, staff stays the same, and overall come in and just help build the puzzle here for everyone to grow.
Well, I know there's a big Rocker faithful out there, and they're happy to hear that. So personally yourself, you're very familiar with the FPHL. You've been around. Tell everyone a little about that.
Yeah, so 2010 I started in Danbury. I played there until 2014.
And at that time they were what, the Whalers?
Yep.
At the time?
The
So
Danbury
that was
Whalers.
Team one of three they've had out there.
And they've had a lot more. Even before that, the Trashers.
The Fed, right?
Yeah.
So.
And Herm Sorcher brought me in as a 18-year-old and said, hey, listen, come pay your housing and just, if you get in a game, awesome. If not, be a guy, compete. And first year I ended up getting, I think, 10 or 12 games. And then the second year just boosted up. And then we started getting suspensions because, everyone has a role, and I did mine.
It is the Federal Hockey League.
Yep. And 2013 had the opportunity to help the team win the championship, which was awesome.
Yep.
And 2014 we hung them up. I was injured, not exactly a first-line guy, so hung him up, moved back to Atlanta, met my wife, Katie, wherever she is now, and 10 years later, here we are, back in the league.
That's awesome. So I know you said you want to keep a lot of things the same, but anytime someone comes in, they want to put their own spin on it. What are some things that you are looking to do? I know mid-season it's hard to make some changes, but what are some of the broader picture things you're looking to do to start with your time with the Rockers?
Yeah, first and foremost, we need to find a way to get 3,400 people in this building. A facility of this magnitude, a fan base here locally that's incredible. There's no reason that we don't start filling this building up first and foremost. Giving the players the opportunity to succeed from little things like stick and tape and the proper things for travel. I met the Booster Club this weekend, two awesome ladies who are, we just moved them down the hill here right in front, so they're front and center.
Right.
Just a lot of little things. As a player, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. As a player, I've been the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, chip away at making the experience good for the fans, the personnel, the staff on the ice. Without our fans, there is no team. And without our team, there is no fans.
Right, and that's what I wanted to kind of go with next is you've been on the other side in this league. And,
last week.
I don't think, right. I don't think people realize just all the stuff that happens behind the scenes. And, they come out, they see the game on the ice, but they might not know, hey, some guys have to sharpen their own skates, or depending on what franchise you're in or what happens is it varies widely in this league. So as a former player, how does that help your viewpoint and your perspective now in a front office role?
Yeah, so it's a big piece. I've played in buildings where the home team was dressing in your standard locker room 1 through 4, and it's a hard look. And at this level, and guys, they do this for a living. It's their job. The guys in the locker room, they're here 5 days a week. They're working out. They're doing video. They're skating, an hour, 90 minutes per day. They're working with their coach in the background, knowing that they have an amazing locker room down there to take care of them. They've got a training staff. I just met a bunch of them here before the game.
Right.
They go on the road and just little things. I know Ken with the equipment staff, stays up till 2, 3 in the morning, making sure the laundry is clean, the jerseys are clean and crisp. And yeah, I mean, he's a piece of the wheel here that definitely makes it go. And I'm excited to see what else he can bring on as somebody in the locker room and on the bus. He's a huge asset for us.
So, all right, now that you're here, what do you think, where do you see the ceiling for these Motor City Rockers? Because it has been up and down. There's been some highs, there's been some lows. Admittedly, the past about 8 months or so have been pretty turbulent for these Rockers, hoping for a little steadier waters. And then where do you think the tides can raise us to?
Yeah, I think a lot of the piece of the puzzle for us here is a high tide raises all ships. So starting in the front office, starting with the on-ice staff, starting the players, we can all start pulling the rope the same direction. Naturally, the ship will sail. And it's not going to happen overnight, right? Little things. I know we go on the road next week to Danbury. I might make that road trip with them and just be in the building again to get booed by our favorite Section 102. I was laughing. So I played last week with Hudson Valley.
Right.
That's a whole different can of worms that I still laugh at. But middle of the second period of my first game, they're screaming at me things that definitely don't say on the radio. I turned around, the guy's wearing my jersey I autographed for him from our championship series. I was like, hey, man, like, there's no place for that. Like, have a great time, but change your jersey if you're going to yell at me like that, because I know all about your family. So it'll be interesting. There's a lot of little things coming that we're excited to launch and get off the ground. We're looking at starting the Section 7 Rowdy Rockers or some version of it. And the idea is that section of the building will be obviously on camera a lot.
Yep.
We're shooting in that end twice.
Yep.
And that's going to be the noisemaker section. So we're gonna take Section 102 of Danbury and try and bring it here. It'll be part of a season ticket package next year where every game you get something different, from the slam sticks, the kazoos, the foam fingers, the cowbells.
To be noticed.
Oh man, that's for lack of a better term, like a student section for a professional level. We want to go out, and I'm working with Amanda behind the scenes, figuring out what the logo specifically might mean. They'll have their own special merchandise, and that alone will be a special section to be a part of next year as we get into 25-26.
All right, Jimmy, final thing. Is there anything I missed? Any other message you want to give out there to the Motor City faithful or the rest of the league?
No, more or less. I'm here. I have an office in the building now. I'm very visible. I've got my new pretty cool jacket on. Would love to meet everybody, every fan. Come, stop by, say hello, and all of our sponsors, thank you guys, because without you, nothing is possible. And obviously the fans in the background, keep showing up, keep supporting us, because it's going to be great long term.
Awesome. Well, Jimmy, I appreciate it. I look forward to what's in the future. And like you said, it's brick by brick to build it up.
100%.
Well, Jimmy, thank you again, and thank you for taking some time. Hope everyone out there got a chance to just calm some nerves down a little bit out there as we move forward in this new era of Rocker hockey. Still the first intermission, 3-0. Binghamton on top. We'll step aside, be back with the second period after this here on Get Stuck here on the Rockers Media Network.